Hey, it's Tim of the A team, and I'm joined by Leslie, and we're going to talk to you about the data flow diagrams for our two proposed applications, the Manhole Manager and the Open Data Catalog for the IRD GIS implementation project. So first we're going to show you the legend for the data flow diagrams to give you an idea of what they will be representing. Then we're going to talk to you about the Manhole Manager, and then the Open Data Catalog map. So on the left, you can see our symbols for personnel. We're going to have GIS staff, a database administrator, clerical staff, and public users. For data buckets, we have a data bucket for spatial storage, attribute storage, and mixed data storage. And that includes stuff like paper, data stored on paper. For data storage, we have a spatial database, an enterprise database for storing everything in attributes, and a temporary storage database, which is used in QA procedures. Data flows and processes will be indicated by arrows, applications by a pentagon, a pink pentagon, decisions by a black diamond, and processes will be indicated by a purple square. So our first app, the Manhole Manager, is a fairly simple app. It basically will display all the manhole locations on a base map. If you click on a manhole, it'll reveal attribute data, which would be information like if it's an electrical manhole or if it accesses a sewer, and also the condition of the manhole. And some of these attributes can be updated. So for instance, if a utilities worker finds a manhole that has a crack in it, they could change the condition to deteriorated and indicate that it needs replacement. So since it's such a focused app, the data flow diagram is actually fairly straightforward. So most of the data will be input just based on the paper data that exists within the IRD before this project began. And so we will hire a series of interns to take the paper data and digitize it, and this will go into the manhole spatial data database. And this is where the data will be accessed from. And since it can be updated, if a field worker is in the field, he can use a tablet to access the application. And if he sees that one of the attributes needs to be updated, he will indicate that, and it'll go into a temporary storage database. One of the GIS staff, when he has a bit of time, he'll take a look at the data in here, make sure it's up to snuff and it follows the standards set out for the program, and then he'll add it to the manhole spatial database so that future utilities workers, when they view the app and they view the attribute data for the manholes, they'll see the updated data. Now Leslie's going to tell you about the Open Data Catalog map.
So the Open Data Catalog map is an online web mapping application for the public, which will be able to show them publicly available spatial data. From this application, they can query and view spatial data and download the files that they like in different file formats. So we're going to go through this data flow diagram in a series of steps. The first is a step which involves clerical staff. Some data coming in that we want to add to the app may be in paper form. So we would have clerks updating the temporary storage database by adding paper data into a tabular format. The database administrator would be in charge of adding different sources of data to the enterprise database. This includes data from the temporary storage space added by the clerks, and also any attribute data or spatial data coming into the IRD. From the enterprise database, the GIS staff will have access to any spatial data, and they will be in charge of setting up and maintaining the spatial database, which will hold all of the layers that will be used in the online mapping application. The public users will be able to access the data in the spatial database through the application by making database queries through the app and also downloading directly from this spatial database to their home computers. So in conclusion, both of these apps will harness the new potential of the Enterprise GIS implementation within the IRD. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below.